Hi everyone, I'm the Idea Maker, and today I'm going to be reacting to Avatar: The Last Airbender, Season 1, Episode 16. So, last time that we left off, so on the way to the North Pole, Katara and Sokka ended up getting reunited with a member of their tribe, and turns out that dude also had a map, well, getting delivered to him to go find their dad, their father. But the thing was is that Aang was feeling left out because of them kind of like isolating him a little bit and leaving him left out. But after some issues, Zuko and Iroh, Iroh reluctantly followed along with Zuko, and after someone was stowing away on his ship, a bounty hunter went and collected the guy. And I guess he was someone from the Earth Kingdom, or the Earth Tribe, and hired her to track down Aang and the rest of them, which actually almost ended up successful, but at the end, they ended up outsmarting them, and which was pretty awesome, the way how they did it. And, you know, now they're back on their way again. And so their dad is alive, apparently, which is pretty interesting. So Sokka and Katara's dad's alive, which is going to be an interesting thing to see. If we even get to see that, I don't even know if we do. I mean, it's going to be pretty interesting. And yeah, let's go ahead and dive right into Avatar: The Last Airbender and see what happens right now. Who's that?
This should give us a good idea what's around here.
See if you can find a menu. I'm starving.
I bet we'll find something to eat here. Fire Days Festival.
Uh-oh, wait, is
Fire
that a...
Nation cultural exhibits, jugglers, benders, magicians. This would be a great place for me to study some real firebenders.
You might want to rethink that. Look
Why?
at this.
A poster of me.
Nah, that's not good.
I think we better keep moving.
I
Yeah,
have to learn firebending at some point, and this could be my only chance to watch some masters up close.
I guess we could go check it out.
it is pretty risky, though.
We'll wear disguises, and if it looks like trouble, we'll leave.
Yeah, because we always leave before we get into trouble.
Huh. I mean, true. Wait, who's this?
You guys stay out of sight here while we go to the festival.
Why only them? Okay. Okay. No.
It's like you're a whole different person.
Right. Who is this? But who's tracking them, though? Somebody's following them.
I think we need some new disguises.
How
Aha.
are we gonna get masked like that?
Get your genuine Fire Festival masks here!
That was surprisingly easy.
Yeah, it was. That's so true. so true.
Flaming Fireflakes. Best in town.
I'll take them.
Pay for them?
Flaming fireflakes. Hot.
Right.
There's a big crowd, so it must be good.
Knowing the Fire Nation, it's probably an execution.
Huh. Possibly.
Thank you! For my next trick, I need a volunteer from the audience!
What do
Aang!
you think you're doing?
I want to get a closer look.
No!
It's better that we don't attract any attention to ourselves.
Right.
How about you, little lady?
Oh, she's shy. Let's give her some encouragement, folks!
No.
Aw, that could have been me.
Aang! You can't do this right now.
You will be my captured princess.
Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, wow!
It's too strong! I can't hold it!
No!
No, we don't want to make a scene.
The rope!
Aang, you can't do this right now. Uh-oh. Oh, no. No! No!
Hey, you trying to upstage me, kid?
Aang! Really? That's not gonna make it better! Aang, I'm sorry, but that was so stupid of you. Oh, this is crazy. Why couldn't you have still put on your mask? All three of you!
I hope he can really hear that bison whistle. This way.
I think he will. I wouldn't doubt it.
Okay, not this way.
Oh, great. Come on! There we go! Huh! Nice job! Nice job!
Nice touch setting off the fireworks.
You seem to really know your explosives. I'm familiar. You're a Fire Nation soldier. Was. My name's Che.
Okay, so this guy's gonna help
I
him?
serve a man. More than a man, really. He's a myth. But he's real. A living legend. Zhong the Deserter. He was a Fire Nation general. But wait, was he an admiral?
He was very highly ranked, we get it.
He's the first person ever to leave the army and live. I'm the
Really?
But you don't get to be a legend for that. That's okay, though.
Okay.
Zhong's a firebending genius. Some say he's mad, but he's not. He's enlightened.
Okay.
We've got to go see him. He can train me.
We're not gonna go find some crazy firebender.
He's not crazy. He's a genius. And he's the perfect person to train the Avatar. That's why I followed you into the festival.
Huh.
We're leaving for the North Pole in the morning.
Sokka, this could be my only chance to meet a firebending master who would actually be willing to teach me.
It can't hurt just to
True.
talk to him.
That's what you said about going to the festival.
That's also
Did
true.
anyone ever listen to me?
Well, both are correct. Oh, great. Who are these?
Don't move.
Oh, jeez. Really? Okay. Wow. Now we're gonna have these issues.
Go on. He sees you only.
Oh, that's okay. We can chat later.
Is that where Zhong is? I need to talk to him right away.
Uh-huh.
You wait there. Go now.
Okay.
Don't worry. Everything will be fine.
I
He's a
hope.
great man. Great man.
I hope so.
So the Avatar was here, and you let him slip away.
Yes, sir. But other than that, the festival went off without a hitch.
Really?
Which way did they go?
Well, that's
They
gonna be a
headed into
problem.
the forest. Up the river, I suspect.
Ready the riverboats. We're going after the Avatar.
Oh, jeez. But that's gonna be perfect.
What happened? Can I see Zhong now?
He won't see you. He's very angry that I brought you here. He wants you to leave immediately.
Finally, let's hit the road.
Why won't he see me?
He says you're not ready. Says you haven't mastered waterbending and earthbending yet.
Wait, how does he know that?
He saw the way you walked into camp. He can tell.
I'm going
Really?
anyway.
Oh.
Master, I need to learn firebending.
Only a fool seeks his own destruction.
I'm the Avatar. It's my destiny to...
Destiny? What would a boy know of destiny? If a fish lives its whole life in this river, does he know the river's destiny? No.
I can understand where you're coming from, but...
You must first master discipline itself. But you have no interest in this, so I have no interest in you. Now, get out.
Wow.
Fire is alive. It breathes. It grows. Without the bender, a rock will not throw itself. But fire will spread and destroy everything in its path if one does not have the will to control it. That is its destiny.
You know-
are not ready. You are too weak.
I could understand where this guy's coming from just because that I do...
Think I am weak?
Avatar Roku.
Oh.
No, I did not mean that.
I have
Whoa.
mastered the elements 1,000 times in 1,000 lifetimes. Now, I must do it once again. You
Mm-hmm.
will teach the Avatar firebending.
Mm-hmm.
I will teach you.
Really? That's great!
Remember, he's just a kid.
Widen your stance. Wider. Bend your knees. Now concentrate. Good. Good.
Wait, what do I do now?
Silence! Talking is not concentrating. Look at your friend.
He
Is she
reminds me of
talking?
Mr. Miyagi
That
from the
both must
Karate Kid.
Concentrate on what he's doing.
Hey,
Feel the heat of the sun. It is the greatest source of fire, yet it is in complete balance with nature.
Mhm.
So when do I get to make some fire?
Concentrate.
Sheesh! Uh-oh. Wow. That was mean.
Power in firebending comes from the breath. That is why you must master proper breath control.
You brought me up here to breathe?
Assume your stance. Wider.
You're not even looking.
Wider! Now,
Sheesh,
inhale
bro.
through the nose and exhale through the mouth without talking.
Yeah, it definitely reminds me of the Karate Kid.
What are you doing here? I did not tell you to stop.
I've been breathing for hours.
You want to stop breathing?
I want you to stop wasting my time. I already know how to squat and breathe and feel the sun. I want to know how to shoot fire out of my fingertips.
It doesn't work that way, though.
I had a pupil once who had no interest in learning discipline. He
Uh-oh.
was only concerned with the power of fire, how he could use it to destroy his opponents and wipe out the obstacles in his path.
Who was
But
this,
fire
Ozai?
is a horrible burden to bear. Its nature is to consume, and without control, it destroys
Wait a minute!
around it.
Was Zhao his student? Don't tell me was Zhao his student. Don't tell me that's the case.
I thought about what you said. I promise I'll be more patient.
We are going to work with fire now.
All right. Huh!
I mean, let us begin.
I want you to keep this flame from reaching the edges of the leaf for as long as you can.
Just do it.
Trouble.
What's going on?
Concentrate on your leaf.
This is the worst firebending instruction ever.
Just do it.
I'm sure there's a good reason.
Right.
But I'm ready to do so much more.
You have to try to do these. Just do it. Just do it.
I did it. I made fire.
Aang, that's great, but you should take it slow. Careful.
Now that's firebending.
Aang, be careful. No!
You'll hurt yourself.
Aang, take it slow. You can't rush this.
Juggler did it.
No! Dude! Oh!
Katara, what's wrong? What did you do?
It was I was Katara, I'm so
I told you
Oh,
to mess around
no.
with this. Look what you did. You burned my sister.
Oh man. Aang, you should have been more careful. I get it. You want to learn everything, but you can't learn it like that.
You burned my sister. This is all your fault.
No,
I
it's
know.
not.
Now pack your things. You must leave immediately.
I'm sorry. I didn't. I'm sorry.
Oh, oh, jeez. What?
You
What?
have healing abilities.
Oh!
I've always wished I were blessed like you, free from this burning curse.
But you're a great master. You have powers I'll never know.
Water brings healing and life,
Right?
but fire brings only destruction and pain. It forces those of us burdened with its care to walk a razor's edge between humanity and savagery.
That's actually very well said. Very well said. Oh, oh, oh!
Go get your friends and flee! Do not come back here, or you will all be destroyed! Hurry!
Oh no! Woo! Made a wall of fire there! Oh, jeez.
My old teacher gave up fighting a long.
So he was his old teacher! Oh, great. Oh, well, this is just fantastic. Not!
Jong tried to tell me that I wasn't ready. I wouldn't listen. I'm never gonna firebend again.
You'll have
You
to
have to,
eventually.
though.
No, never again.
You have to.
But right now, we have to get out of here. Zhao and his soldiers are attacking.
Where?
By the river. They captured Zhong.
I have to help him.
Oh, jeez.
I can't believe my former master has become nothing more than a simple savage.
It is you who have embraced savagery, Zhao.
Right?
Admiral Zhao. Now,
That title will not help you against the Avatar. Do not try to fight him. You are no match.
Yeah.
Zhong!
we'll see.
Oh,
Man.
no.
Take the deserter.
Oh, no. Zhong's gonna be fine. Watch.
It's a trick.
Oh!
Let's find out what my old master has taught you
Uh-oh.
You were Zhong's student?
until I got bored.
Oh, no!
I see he taught you how to duck and run like a coward, but I doubt he showed you what a firebender is truly capable of.
This guy's an idiot because if this is a Fire Nation city or forest, then that means that there's burning his own people's village or forest. This guy's an idiot.
Stand and fight, Avatar!
Oh, were we fighting? I thought you were just getting warmed up.
I was!
Huh.
What you got? Man, they'll make anyone an admiral these days. Sloppy. Very sloppy.
This is this is the right way to approach this. He's gonna burn the whole entire ship. He's gonna burn all of them.
You lost this battle.
He
Are
did.
You crazy? You haven't thrown a single blow.
No, but you have.
Huh. Not bad. Right. How about that, idiot? That's wild.
Have a nice walk home.
Aang, come on, let's go.
Let's get a move on.
Wait, where's Zhong?
He disappeared. They all did.
Uh-huh.
Aang, you're burned.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah,
Let me
he
help
is. Oh. How did you learn that quick?
When did you learn how to do that?
I guess I always knew.
What?
Well,
Oh,
then thanks for all
okay.
the first aid over the years. When I fell into the greaseberry bramble, and that time I had 2 fish hooks in my thumb.
Huh.
He tried to get the first fish hook out with another fish hook.
And the time that mink snake bit me. Thanks for healing that up. That was great.
Bruh! Sokka, stop being that petty. It's already over? Dude! That went by so quick. Okay, on to the discussion part of it. Okay, honestly, I don't know what's going on, but these episodes are going by super quick. And it's just crazy to think on how quick they actually are going. But I do want to say, Zhong is right. You know, you can't go and rush things like this. It's not the right thing to do. And it's terrible because then you're not really learning anything. If you rush into something like this, then what's the whole point going to be? Of trying to learn something if you don't know the basics of it, if you don't even know what you're putting yourself into. You got to learn. You got to walk before you can run. You can't just go and do something like this. It's absolutely no way of learning. I had professors who were like this. They forced us to run and then walk because that's how they are. You know, that's why I'm going to be starting something. I'm going to be starting something brand new. And I think that it's going to be important for people who need to get into engineering or want to get into engineering of some sort, and that they want to feel like they can be able to understand at an easier pace. It's a free thing, and that they wouldn't have to go and feel stressed out about anything. I'm going to make it as easy and as simple as possible, and, you know, out of experience. And I want for people to know that there's others who are out there looking out for them. So the thing is, too, that I really found interesting is Aang still has a lot to learn. That I do know and that I do recognize. Especially, like I said, he's a kid. He literally is a kid. And, you know, I understand where he's coming from, where he wants to feel like a kid. And I also understand where the monks were saying that it also is important for him to learn. And I'm not against either one of them. I can understand. I really can. But Aang, you know, he really needed to take this seriously. If he doesn't take it seriously, then, you know, he's not going to be able to learn the correct way. He's going to have himself to be put in a lot of danger, and it's not going to work out for him. It's not going to work out for everybody that is going to be affected by him. Technically, the whole world is going to be affected by him, and that's not going to do well on his end. He does need to shape up, and he does need to get a move on, because if he doesn't, then he's not going to be able to do anything to protect them. But that's what this training is for. This training is so that way he could be able to go and overcome the problems that he might be having or feeling, and grab him by the horns and be able to, you know, embrace being the Avatar. It's a scary thing. I know that it's a scary responsibility. And I'm not going to blame him for feeling the way that he feels. But he also needs to know that if he doesn't learn now, he's never going to learn. Especially when he accidentally burned Katara. He needs to know anyways, despite, you know, her being able to heal himself. There's no way to be able to keep pressing on if you're going to keep feeling like you're in this rut and you're in this situation. You can't do this. Especially because we know for a fact that it's gonna be harder down the road if you don't learn now. And honestly, I am very surprised on how quick this one went, because of the fact that, you know, it's very relatable. If you don't learn how to control your anger, if you don't know how to control yourself, what good are you? What good are you if you do not know how to control your anger, if you do not know how to control, you know, you? It's not a good thing. You're basically putting yourself and everybody else at risk. I don't know. It's crazy to think. It really is crazy to think. It is upsetting. It is upsetting to see you yourself fail, or you fail other people. And it's scary to think on what would happen if you did fail. But rushing into something is not going to lead yourself to being successful. And the one thing that I could say all the time is that, you know, and I'm going to put it in directly into this, I do believe that it's important that with the way how Zhang was trying to teach Aang how to be able to master the elements, you know, one thing at a time, I could see why it's important to do it in the way that he said it. Because here's the thing. First of all, if you were to do water, it's soothing, it's calm, it's healing. And I can totally get it. Then you have then you have earth, which is solid, it's grounded. And I get that one too. Because first you have to know the soothing calmness of something first, before you can get into the ground. And then you go into the raging fire. You go into this property and this destruction that you could be able to harness if you really, really wanted to. But you also have to understand, you know, the blurred line between, you know, savagery and humanity, like he said. And I 100% agree with it. I 100% agree. Because if you walk to run, you're in the right spot. You know, one thing that I do want to say about this one is that this is actually a very good episode when it comes to learning about self-control and learning about how to be able to get past the problems that you might have. And, you know, one of the things that I do admire about this one is how with everything, you know, there's always a benefit and a consequence that comes from it. And I feel like with this, I feel like it is important to know and to recognize that, you know, it's like a relationship with God. it's like you first start out slow. When you first accept him, you want to start trying to feel the peace, and you want to start feeling the calmness of life, and of the calmness of his presence and the calmness of his love. And you want to feel that first before you start flowing yourself right into the main part of it, which is his word. And when you start really feeling it, like you start really feeling and acknowledging that once you've given your life to Christ, if you're a born again Christian, like you just instantly at that moment gave your life to him, then you start feeling like this beautiful warm feeling over yourself, that you feel like it's healing you internally. You feel like it's healing you in a spiritual manner, a physical manner, a mental manner, and an emotional manner. And at all costs, you feel like if everything is just flowing in the right direction. And then when you head into the other parts of it, which would be the earth, which that I would say is his word. The solid foundation, then the tangible part that you could feel, which is his word. That's when you start really digging into it. You start really just like, you go in and you're like hitting the books. Not literally, but you start looking into his word. You start studying more. You start investing your time into wanting to be, the person that you're meant to be. And you're starting to really understand and realize about who God is. You're reading about the stories. You're reading about what's to come. You're reading about all of these different things in the Bible that it's summarizing a lot of what you need to know about him. And you're starting to get that solid foundation in your life to the point that you're really thinking about it like, okay, I'm getting it. I'm understanding it. Even though I have questions, I'm understanding it. And I'm grateful to the Lord that I'm actually understanding it. But when it comes to terms to the fire part, now the fire, there's two definitions that I give for the fire. It could mean the spiritual fire of you're ready to harness the spiritual enlightenment. You're ready to harness like the gifts that God has given you. There's two sides to this fire. There's a side of that you're wanting to be able to get this fire and start building up this spiritual fire. You might develop the gift of speaking in tongues. You might develop the gift of of discernment. You might develop different gifts that God has given you, and you have to decide on if you're wanting to harness it and then expand on it in the right way, or there's the sinful fire, where that's where the savagery comes in. The humanity is where you get the spiritual gifts from God, and you're more determined and you're more ready to face on the consequences of the world and the sin of the world. But the sinful side of the fire is where sin goes and tries to attract you in and pulls you away from God. It's trying to pull you away from all these other different things that are related to God by trying to get you into the world, trying to get you into wanting to be with the wrong people, be with the wrong crowds, and just trying to make its way to get you to lead astray from what God wants for you to do. Now, of course, we can be able to go right back onto that path if we actually go and accept the fact that we're sinful and that we can't do this without him. And of course, we can be able to we can go back on that same path of righteousness if we give ourselves the acknowledgement that we're not perfect. Which, honestly, let me put it like this: if you're a Christian and you feel like you're leaving God, and you feel like if you're nowhere near where you want to be at, or you left Christianity, or you left God somewhere, and you're in this struggling moment where you feel like you don't know if you're going to go back to him, my piece of advice personally, or even for those who have this the wrong ideas and the wrong messages about God because you heard from other people, let me put it like this. I'm going to say it this way. I'm going to say, take my advice on the fact that yes, it is daunting. Yes, it can be a problem, to go into sin. and you feel like you're not going to be able to get out of it ever. But the beauty of it is that if you just accept here and now that you are sinful and you do have a sinful nature, it'll be easier for you. Because the thing is that the Lord accepts us for us. That's the thing. He accepts us for who we are, and He wants for us to come to Him regardless of being sinful, because He wants for us to come to Him in the terms of that He is a loving and just God who wants for you to come to Him as who you are, not as someone who's trying to disguise behind someone who's perfect. Because God is someone that, yes, He has always been there for you, and yes, He doesn't like sin, but He does know of the sin that you do, because He was here on earth and He knows everything. And, you know, in the form of a human being as Jesus, I mean, it was tough for Him to be in this earth. You know, He went through the pain, He went through the stuff. He was sinless, but even though He was the only perfect person, He does know what we go through in all areas of our life. So it's not like He is saying that, you know, He doesn't know anything. That's the thing. He does know. The thing is that we have to give ourselves that chance on being more open-minded and to just come to the terms that we're not perfect. And if we're not perfect, that's okay, because God has everything under control, and that He's going to be the one that's telling us how to be able to keep pressing on with our lives and pressing on with what we have to do. That's the thing. He will tell us how to press on. And that's the good thing. As long as we listen to Him and as long as we let the Holy Spirit guide our lives, then we can be able to keep on going. So that personally ties into Avatar: Last Airbender for me in a spiritual sense, because of the fact that the way how Zhang goes and explains it to Aang on how he has to learn, you know, water bending, then earth bending, then fire bending, that's exactly what we have to do in our spiritual journey and in our spiritual lives. So that way we can be able to take on the things of the world that are not from Him, and that we could be able to do better on our end to be able to create a better life for us and be able to create a better life for everybody else. And also to be able to be more right with God at the same time. With that, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching my reaction to Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 1, Episode 16. If you guys want to see more reactions like this, then please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to follow me on any of my social media, I have Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, aka X, and my Discord on my Discord server. And if you're watching from the Idea Maker for Kids channel, I have Snapchat and Instagram. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you all, stay safe, and I will see you all in the next videos. Bye, guys!